Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you for tuning in to Get Down and Dirty Talking Art with
Yes. Debbie LaPratt
And
our
Calibri
guest,
the artist.
Calibri the artist. Not our guest, my co-host, Calibri the artist. And we are here at WJZZ, coolest TV in the world. And we want everybody to watch us on Twitch, Twitter,
Facebook Live. Yes.
And please comment, and please share all. Please share.
Yes.
Share.
Yes.
So we are here with our guest.
Yes. We have such. Oh, this is so delightful. I'm sorry. I'm so.
She was all emotional here back here, but it's so
I
cool.
was crying behind the scenes. We have an amazing guest for you guys today, author Miss Ruhi Marshall. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yes,
Thank you.
Why didn't you hear her story? It is amazing, and all the stories of all the generations found.
Well, she's
It's
here
going-
discussing her new book. It's called A Generation Found.
Found. I'm sorry.
Precious Pearls of Wisdom, and that's what she's holding up in the book and the photo, and that's the photo you have here.
Oh, we got the photo. How cool.
Yes. So, without further ado,
Let's do a drum roll. Welcome.
Well, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for WJZZ. Thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate being here. Yes. I'm excited. I'm excited to be here, and I'm sure that we will have a great interview.
Yes,
Oh, we know
yes.
we will. We always have fun. We
Yes.
always have fun.
Why don't
We-
you tell us about your book?
Oh my gosh. So, A Generation Found, Precious Pearls of Wisdom. It is a collection of interviews of 40 elders between the ages of 80 all the way up to 108.
Okay.
I was inspired by the book,
so awesome.
by an elderly lady. I was, during the time that we're living in right now, in the last couple of years, it has been a challenging time for most people, and especially this past year with the pandemic. And a lot of our elders are making their transition, and I grew up around a village. I grew up around my grandfather, grandparents, aunts, uncles, elders in the village who we treasured. So sitting back in this time and facing what we have to face today, we don't always have access to the knowledge and the wisdom that we received growing up from the elders in our neighborhood and just in our own family.
That's so true.
Yeah. So, and it's very crucial. It's like it's
history.
It's history.
It's
documented history. So what I have been blessed to do is to document 40 amazing elders in our existence in our own time. And the journey has been incredible. It's been such a blessing to be able to have the opportunity to sit in their sacred space and to gain their trust and just their eagerness in a quiet kind of way to share the knowledge for generations now and generations to come.
So you've traveled all over the United States to do this,
All
or
over? Well, I've traveled in different cities throughout the United States, and just to gain the perspective from different geographical locations to see. It wasn't really planned. It's just something that I didn't like one day say intellectually I'm going to go and interview elders throughout the states. It came from a place of need, a place within my own self, and what I was, struggling with, the loss and the transition. Not really lost because they're always with us in the ancestral spirit, but just their presence. Okay, and I began to take a ride to see my friend. And I was on my journey, and I saw this elderly lady, and she was standing in her yard. She was standing in front of a white house with lavender shutters. I tell this story because it's such an important story. Yes, she was standing in front of her yard.
One.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So,
You can hold it up for this camera.
okay. Yes. So this is Miss Ionia Woods. Waits. And she was standing in front of her yard, and I pulled over, and she was standing there, and she had a lawnmower. I don't know if you can see that or not, but she had a lawnmower, And I pulled over and I said, I rolled my window down and I said, can I come there? And so she beckoned for me to come, and I got out of my car, and she was standing there with brown, beautiful skin, with silver hair, and a beautiful, beautiful smile. So I got out of the car and I went up to her and I said, ma'am, I just feel like there's something that I need from you today, because I was really feeling some kind of way. And I said, it's something I feel I need from you inside, something I'm supposed to learn from you. She said, yeah, honey, we could talk about it.
Now, where were you
She
at?
was 93 years old. I was in Romulus, Michigan,
Okay.
on the way to visit my friend. So I stood there, and as we began to talk, I just felt just the elders, our universal connection from our beloved elders, and in the spirit of our ancestors. I felt that just coming all through her, like my grandfather, my aunts, and
That's
other
so
elders.
beautiful.
And at that moment, I felt like really aligned. I felt like, okay, kind of put back in place. So I made an appointment to try to come back and talk to her some more later. And on my way home, I began to think, wow, there has to be people out there feeling like I'm feeling, all right? And I know there are outstanding elders throughout the country, and my journey began.
And what year was that?
That was 2000, the end of
Oh,
2000.
here she's got it.
That was the end of 2018.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Wow. You feel her, you
So-
felt her energy.
Oh, I felt her.
Yeah. And everybody else's energy that was around.
Yeah, I felt the soul of
That
the
is so
ancestors and the elders. Yeah.
Wow.
So how did you decide then to, did you know then that you wanted to make it into a book or document multiple stories?
I just knew that I had to go home and, write down what I had just experienced. I had to go home and write down what I had just experienced. And from that, I said, oh, well, maybe I need to find that there are other elders, and I began to talk to my friends and, do my own little research. And then that's when A Generation Found was born. It was born of that.
So beautiful.
Thank you.
It's just it's just history that nobody would really know. It's just like, wow.
Yes. Well, I feel that what has happened is A Generation Found, Precious Pearls of Wisdom, the book, it has given a platform for the voice of the elders. It has
Yes.
created a voice so that we can hear their voices. I'm just a vessel. I'm just an instrument, okay, to be able to speak on their behalf, about the things that it documents their photograph, which is beautiful. I did the photography. And it speaks of their world and what they experienced and how they feel about being in this society now, how we're impacted by the things that are around us, like just the way they were raised and the things that sustained them to be able to survive, because they survived. In like right now, what we're experiencing right now, a lot of them have experienced on different levels
Really?
when they grew up, during their time.
Depressions and
Yeah, they grew through one of the
slavery and
Yes. One of the elders, Mr. Timuel Black, he's from Chicago, and he said that he's 100 years old. And I remember when I went to go interview him, the first thing he said, I want a hamburger.
I love it.
So I was scrambling, and I left and I went to go find him a hamburger.
That's so sweet.
But he talked about the depression.
That
And
must have been
Yes,
really-
yes. And he talked about they lived through the depression, but they were not depressed because they had a sense of community.
Mhm.
They had music,
Mhm.
and music is our universal language. That's how
Yes,
we
it is.
relate to each other. Okay? And he spoke on that. He spoke about how that's something that young people and that the world is missing original music, like the jazz greats, and just the importance of children growing up, with that type of music. And yeah.
Wow.
You mentioned that actually pre-interview. You were saying that that's kind of a few points throughout the book that a few elders spoke on the importance of music
That's
Yes.
really interesting.
in our
Yeah.
lives. Was that the general consensus of it, that original music throughout, or?
Well, I mean, they few of the elders spoke of jazz musicians and just the greats like John Coltrane and um, his perfect his perfect edition of A Love Supreme.
Mm.
Okay, and how they lived uh, according to that principle. You know
That's
that.
really interesting.
Yes.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yes. And he spoke of just so many greats. Like one of the elders, I remember him saying that when he was a young boy, he was tall and 6'4", and knew he wanted to play basketball, but his father put him in front of the piano. Okay,
Really?
and he said, when you go out of the door, when you leave out of this doorway, you're going to walk into a mountain of lies. But in this house, you're going to know the truth. So he steered him toward music, and he became one of the great musicians of our
that's-
time,
So cool.
Mr. Randy Weston.
Oh, that gives me chills.
Cool.
Yes.
Wow.
It's important, they say that, especially we have these little nuggets about, especially with raising children and steering a child in the way that they're to go.
Right.
And as we get generations away from certain principles, we're in the age, my pastor actually was just speaking on this on Sunday. He was saying how, now we just kind of let our children let them show us what they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of, like you said, we have a roadmap of the world. We have an
Yes.
understanding of what the world is. And I love the point of views that we're getting from that,
Yes.
because it's like it pulls us back into what the world
What's
is
important.
from people who have lived 100+ years
Yes.
of the world.
Yes.
This is just so important that you're
Yes.
doing this.
Oh,
it's
thank
like
you.
a roadmap.
How do you find How do you find your elders? How do you find them?
Oh my goodness.
Just friends, family, or just people
Well-
that you just kind of?
Well, friends, and like one day one of the elders was on CNN News, Dr. Melissa Freeman, and I said, oh, she needs to be in my book. So I called her office and I flew to New York. And at the time I was able to interview Mr. Woody King, and he mentioned a couple of other people that he knew in the industry.
So it's just like
So
you
it's
kinda
like,
just-
yes, it's and I really believe that it is really it's a huge part of my calling. Yeah, because every step of the way, it just has been straightforward,
Mhm.
and even though I never really thought about the end product, I just was it being present and trying to do. And actually, when you're in the company of elders, you learn so much, and
Oh, I bet.
you're so humbled by it, and it kind of like I felt like they already knew what I was going to say before I even said it, but it was such a great confirmation, and then I did learn a lot of things that I didn't know.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So cool.
Well, in just a second, we're going to be showing you a couple photographs of the elders in the book. But before that, I want to remind our viewers that we're watching Get Down and Dirty Talking Art on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world, streaming live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment. And if you'd like to sponsor or advertise on this wonderful platform, please email us at WJZZCoolTVOfficial@gmail.com.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning
And
in.
if anybody wants to call in and talk to our amazing guest, what is the
Yes,
number?
yes,
That would be
yes,
wonderful.
Yes. For any questions or comments, make sure you can comment on the page right there, or call us at 355-6015.
So if you want to talk to our
Yes.
guest, this is an amazing opportunity. Or you might even have an elder in your family that maybe she would like to maybe come visit and
Yes,
talk to,
yes.
or
Yes.
something. It's beautiful.
Yes.
It's just
Well, I'm
so
hoping
beautiful.
that it inspires others to continue the journey.
That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. Wow.
Yes. So
Yes.
We're going to be gearing up to look at some of these photos.
We got some photos to look
We
at.
do. We
That's
do have
so cool.
some of the pictures from the elders in the book. But I do want to ask, was there, I know there can be a favorite, but were there any in particular that stood out to you?
You know what? I guess it's really unbelievable. I mean, I just fell in love with them.
Oh,
You know,
I bet. I can see.
and I keep as much as I can. I try to keep in contact with as many of the elders as I can. The personalities were just across the board. So it's for the sung and the unsung.
Yeah.
The people with the high profile and the lady who washes the dishes in the
Oh,
kitchen.
the lady that's cutting the grass.
Cutting the grass, exactly. So because it is a complete picture. There were different, because everybody experienced life different,
Yes.
okay, and some were more laid back, you know, and some were just out front, like Miss Emmy Kemp. She's blind, but you would never know it. You would never ever know it, and she's performs on Broadway, and
Really?
yes, and there were here in Detroit, Mr. Nehemiah Pitts. One of the most humble people you ever want to meet, okay, and just his words of wisdom for
And
raising
how
a
old
family.
Is,
He's 84. I'm pretty sure he's 84
That is
like
just-
now. Yes. So definitely, I can't really say there were people that were like had that fire,
Yeah.
but each one of them brought
something.
to the table, a treasure to the table. I look at it like having a treasure box.
Yeah.
Okay?
And, you're just
And
each
then
one.
you open it up and you have all these treasures that's been there forever, and you just run across it, and then you just want to share it with the world. My experience, I really want people to take a glimpse of in this book, and to just feel what I felt and see how healing it is, you know, and how it really helps you. It gives you more clarity, you know. It helps us to stay woke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely does. We take that for granted.
People are in such a rush right now, and they sit back, and just talk to
Yeah.
the elders.
Yes.
Kind of really.
Exactly.
You know,
I think in my experience as well, especially coming from the little millennials or whatever, a lot of times we think we know everything, you know, unfortunately. And or you know, it's an attitude of what can we learn? And at the end of the day, people are people, and when I do
Yes.
come across all different types of people, no matter what age, I do notice the seasons. So the more seasons you've been here, it's like a whole different level of game that 100-year-old has to give you.
Yes.
You know, it's like they've been there, done that, wrote the book, got the T-shirt, been there, done it again. You know, and if you sit back and actually absorb what it is they have, like you said, it's treasures.
Yes, it
that
is.
you get. You know, it's you get some cheat codes to life.
Yes, very,
Yeah,
very.
exactly.
very.
Remedies
Yes.
for life, you know,
Yes.
because they know at that age what works and what doesn't work.
Yes, they do.
And a lot of times, especially today, you know, we're really trying to figure it out because of a lot of the things that we thought worked, especially we're living in an age of no consequence and a lot of disparities, you know, between like races and health and social injustices. I mean, it's a lot on the plate.
Yeah.
So one thing I do say often is, I remember when my granddaughter looked at the book, she said, Nana, you, little Suhaila, she said, Nana, you mean you went and interviewed all those old people? She said, now when I don't know what to do, I can get the book and I can know what to do. And
That is
it's
so beautiful. How old is your granddaughter?
9.
That's so
Well,
special.
well, she said that at 9, so now she's a little bit older.
But still, that is so special.
That's wonderful.
That is
Yes.
so special.
So let's
Oh, we have somebody else.
yes, could you tell us a bit? This is one of the elders from the book.
Okay, Miss Tommy Pope. Miss Tommy Pope is, I think she has been married for 70 years.
Oh wow.
That is beautiful.
And in her career, she was a nurse. And now, I'm pretty sure she still is working as a self-defense instructor
Now that is
for the
amazing.
seniors.
That is amazing. Joya, I'm going to take you down. That is
Yeah,
so
she puts
cool.
everything in order. She talks about how the importance of growing older and being aware of things that you need to at that age. Okay, so one of my questions to the elders was, what are some of the most important things that you would give it advice you would give for growing older. Some things you should
that is
take into
cool.
account. Yeah, as you grow older, that's crucial
Mhm.
to.
So what
Yes.
was her advice?
Oh, she had a lot of different
Even
things to
just
say.
one highlight that maybe stuck out.
Oh, well, she said that a lot of times with children, she said in her family, okay, no, that's just advice in raising a family. But growing older, she spoke of just making sure you have everything together with your appointments, knowing how long it's going to take you to beat how long it's going to take you to be there, to get there, your means of transportation, and always being aware of people around you, and not carrying large purses and bags. And yeah, so those were really solid. I guess
Those
that
are
came
very
from her self-defense
Wow.
area.
Has she ever
Expertise.
had anybody? Has she ever taken anybody down? Or
Oh,
anything?
I don't know. I
I was
didn't ask her
wondering if she
that.
ever said that or why. She
But I
found
mean,
herself
she's
as-
in really pretty good shape now. So
That is
Looking good.
really.
she's 95 right now.
She's 95.
She's 95 years old.
She's
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Yes.
Wow.
We
So
have
we have
another
another-
one coming up. Yes. Could you tell us about this beautiful?
Oh yes, that's Nana Faraika, and actually I was just in D.C. and she came to my book signing in D.C.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes, Nana Faraika, she's a poet and she's an author, and she is originally from Jamaica, and she talks about Marcus Garvey. She talks about Haile Selassie, and she talks about just the importance of brotherhood and how we as a people need to focus more on our community, and then we extend that love to the rest of the world, and the way to do it. Yeah. So she I remember talking to her, and she said her father, and there was a time that she said that she didn't really believe in a God, and she said her father said, "Find one." So that's Miss Nana Faraika.
I love too the how you captured the images, because again, she's a photographer as well. Miss Ruhi Marshall, she does photography, and she's the one who photographed everything with the book, from writing it to photographing the images to doing the poetry to doing some of the biographies and notes to it. It's all her. So this is profound composition.
I had someone help me with some of the biographies.
Okay.
I always give credit where credit is due.
Okay.
And the observatory comments I did, and the rest of the writing I did. Okay. Yes. So
Tell us about this lady.
picture.
yes. Yeah,
This
that's
is the
Miss
young woman you mentioned
Ionia.
at first. She's the one who started
90.
it.
Yes, I met her at 93 years old, and like I said, she was just standing there, and she says, I said, "So you're cutting the grass?" She says, "Yes, I'm gonna do it because nobody's gonna do it for me."
I
So
like that.
yeah, and she had this spunk and this spirit, and she just helped to put me back,
Is
back in place.
that was the first lady you met? That's
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
I gotta get like her. I hate cutting grass. I hate it. I am inspired by her.
I just know that it's very important to document in our time. And elders, there's one elder who really stresses that each generation in your own time. We have a lot of history, beautiful history, but it's also important to include the amazing elders, outstanding, beloved elders in our time who are making contributions up until today, even now, that
so
they are not
powerful.
forgotten, so that at some point in history that someone will be able to go to this book and say, "Oh, so this is who we held on." One of the elders made a comment. He said that the young people, when they see people in this book and they see someone 106 years old, that they have hope, because a lot of young people don't,
Yes.
that they can make it that far,
Yes.
that they'll be able to look at it and say, "Oh, I can live long." Yeah, so I'm hoping that
That is such a beautiful.
happens.
Wow.
And,
Pause for just a second.
Huh?
You can go on to the next picture. All right then. Well, this is from DC.
Okay.
And it's a bit unrelated but related. You just had a book signing at in DC, so congratulations.
Thank
so
you.
good.
Yeah,
Wow.
yes, at the Sankofa bookstore.
Yes,
Give them credit.
wonderful, wonderful. Could you tell us a little bit about this picture here?
Oh my goodness. This picture is one of the elders that's in the book. It happens to be my uncle.
Okay.
His name is Roy Lewis. He's a great photographer, renowned. He did a lot of the photography in Jet magazine, Black and White, and Ebony magazine.
Ooh.
And he's just like a bolt of lightning. He's just has so much energy, and I've learned so much and gained so much from him. My father is my hero, and my Uncle Roy is my second father.
It is so
So
beautiful.
he was he lives in D.C., and he came. A couple of the other elders also graced us with their presence.
So beautiful.
We have
Yeah.
a couple photos of those as well.
Yes.
How was the energy at that book signing?
Oh my
It
goodness!
must
It
have
was
been powerful.
it was very powerful because, or for a couple of reasons, to just to see them again,
Mm-hmm.
just to see them again, to come and how they felt so honored. Yeah, they felt that someone took time out, okay,
To
be
really
able
care about them.
to really care about them,
Tell their story.
to tell their story, and that it was being documented,
Yeah.
you know, and that because I remember just being there, and the Sankofa bookstore is an amazing place. It's right next to Howard University, and it was incredible. It was incredible to see the students there, and
So you had the young generation.
Yes,
Which
uh-huh.
is so good.
exactly, and some of them stayed. A few of them stayed from the beginning to the end, and they felt that they were really searching and looking for answers. Okay, and that energy was amazing. It energized me. You know, it made me feel. And when I was in DC, although I know that this has been, you know, one of the best experiences of my entire life, that my children being the first, that this book has, when I was in DC, it was like a metamorphosis, because I know I like it. I love doing this, but I said to myself, I was driving down the highway, I said, I absolutely love what I am doing.
That is
Yes,
so
yes,
great.
yes,
I like
yes.
that.
I mean, seriously, I felt like
Like
I
you
was,
found your calling.
yes,
You found your passion. in your work.
absolutely, because it wasn't something I'm going around asking for. It was just something placed in front of me.
That was so beautiful.
Yeah.
It was like your gift.
Yes,
It was your
my
gift.
gift.
Wow.
Yes,
That's so cool.
you guys are great.
You're great.
I love your energy. Thank you.
Just engaged
Thank you.
completely into this. It's just,
It's so beautiful.
I'm so grateful for what you're doing.
Yeah.
You
Thank
know,
you.
And you are a blessing. It's just, this is a beautiful journey that you're allowing the world to go through with you. And
Yeah,
thank you
just-
for sharing it.
Oh,
Yes.
Thank you for documenting it. Just like they're grateful, we're grateful. You know, thank you.
Well, this is who we are.
Yeah.
You know, this is who we are. You know, we have so many other kinds of images that we don't get a chance to see, and hopefully, I have had the opportunity. I have had the opportunity to include the spirit of the people in here. You know, and just in their authenticity, in their
Yes.
transparency,
Yes.
and just their truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think you did an amazing job.
She did an
Captain.
amazing job.
I've been sitting here tearing up.
She was crying.
Back and
We
forth,
had
and
to,
back
like-
and forth, and back and forth. Like, I can't sit there doing this to keep from it.
It was just so impactful. I
Yes.
just like I
Yes.
love the stories. You know, it's so.
Well, it's very
beautiful.
emotional.
It
It's very
is.
emotional too, you know, because you see, like you see their pain, you see their joy, you know.
Their
You
hurt and
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
you see them like just who they are, but you also see that they overcame.
That's right. You see
That's
their
what you
soul.
see. They
the
landed
depth of
on
their
their
soul.
feet.
They tried.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like even though they were just that just proves to everybody that you can just do it. Just keep on doing it. Don't let something stop you.
Yes.
That's so great for the younger generation and the generations to come.
Yes.
Any person.
Anybody.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's take a
Oh, we
quick
got
second. Just remind our viewers that you're watching Get Down and Dirty Talking Art with with Calibri the artist.
And me, Debbie LaPratt.
Yes. We have an amazing guest today, Miss Ruhi Marshall. We're discussing her book, A Generation Found, Pearls of Wisdom. We're streaming live on WJZZ
There it is.
TV, the coolest station in the world. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment.
Yes.
Right up front, this is the book here. Again, are you snatched it off? Derek.
There.
Thank you, Derek. Just so you guys, and please, we're gearing up because Ruhi, you're having a book signing.
Yes.
Yes.
Here.
Right.
Yes,
We're
I'm
having it here in Detroit.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
excited.
Yes, we're so
yes,
excited.
yes.
Everybody,
I'm
come on down. You can meet her
Yes.
in the beautiful.
Yes.
in here.
That's the information there. It's at Hannon Center, appropriately at the Grandfather exhibit.
Yes.
As you can see, and there's an updated flyer, but this here is from 5 to 8. That's the entire exhibit. But Ruhi's going to be there from 6 to 7. So, could you tell us about? I know you said there's you have a little special thing happening.
Oh
on
yes.
Friday.
Oh yeah. So the book signing, I'm so excited to have it in my place in Michigan.
Mhm.
Okay, just nothing like home,
That's right.
right? So it will be at the Hannon Center, and like Calibri said, it'll be during the Grandfather exhibit.
What a better.
Between- Yes,
know,
that was their
art.
idea. They're
Yeah.
always that is an amazing place in
That's
itself.
nice. And it is also
Shout
a
out to
senior
Richard
center.
Reeves.
Richard Reeves, that is my guy.
He is
Yes,
so
and
wonderful.
absolutely, he does a phenomenal job all the time.
Oh, he's just.
yes, so I want to thank you for that. All right,
And the Hannon
and
Center
Tara,
is on.
yes,
Yes, and Tara.
yes, yes,
Wonderful.
Yes,
yes.
everybody there is wonderful. And
My
the Hannon
people.
Center is on Woodward. I don't know the address, but it's right across from the state police kind of thing. It's like do
it's
we know
like
the
kind of
address?
cornered from
Well, it's on the
Detroit
flyer.
Art
It is on the
It's
flyer, right.
Yeah,
It
you know,
is-
it's the Hannon Center.
Hannon Center.
Okay.
So yes, there it is.
Look
Okay,
at it
what is
one
that?
more time. Go follow it on Facebook right now. Right now.
That's
right
right.
now.
Go. We want everybody there. Everybody. Come
Yes.
meet her.
Well, I'm definitely going to be at the Grandfather exhibit, and my part, the book signing, starts at 6 o'clock, 6 to 7, and during that time, I will be showing a short video of some of the elders
That's
in the
gonna
book.
be so cool.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh.
So I hope you'll come and join us.
Oh,
Yes,
with,
yes,
I
yes,
can't
yes.
wait. I
Me
cannot wait.
either. I am tickled pink
It's gonna be so great. I
over
just-
this book.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Calibri, she's so beautiful. I mean, she stood there and she started. I wasn't trying to make her cry, but I think what happens is I think when you see the pictures in the book, you say, "Oh, that's just like my aunt. That's my uncle," and
Right.
it begins to resonate. And the things that how we grew up, you know, like the fiber, of who
Yes.
we are. Okay, and I think that it speaks to you. It speaks to you. It speaks. So remember,
Mhm.
you know, in the midst of all the other distractions,
Yes.
when you can just pull back and just listen and look, and sometimes you don't even have to talk about it. It's a feeling. It's a feeling because that feeling has sustained us throughout generations.
Yes.
Generations. Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
And it grabs you. It's something about, and not even just because it's not just a picture book, and you'll see when you get it.
Yes.
Because you're
Yes.
gonna get it right. Everybody's
Yes.
gonna
You
get
just
it.
gotta
Okay.
get it.
All
You
right.
see when you get it that it's a combination of the stories, their own stories,
Right.
their pictures, which are amazing. But I think what did it for me was,
What was it? Yeah. The
Yeah.
just the notes, the commentary.
the extra commentaries.
Because
Oh,
it
wow.
puts you right there.
Okay.
It puts you right there talking to them. It puts you in their expressions. It puts you in. It gives you all the things that the photograph can't necessarily capture.
Mhm.
Maybe it does, but the commentary confirms it.
Yes.
And it does make you feel like, this is my uncle.
It kind of
this
reminds you of
is-
somebody in your family.
Right.
Not, even
Yeah, or
if
even
it
just
doesn't remind
anybody,
you of
or just-
somebody directly. It just
But just
feels like
feels like you
family.
know this
feel
person.
the love coming from.
You can feel the energy from
Yes,
that
you
person.
can.
When
Yes, you
when you were
can.
reading some of it, I'm like,
Yes, you can.
I could feel her talking.
Well, some of it is too, like, not everybody has been raised different ways,
Right.
okay, and not everybody has had, the opportunity to have like lots of aunts and uncles surrounding them, okay, and it has not been They have not been in a village, even though that's who we are as a people.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
and so what this hopefully will do is help people to, even if they didn't have that experience, to experience it through this book, and
Yeah.
to know it pulls them back into their original authenticity within them all, within themselves. Okay, and also inspire them to talk to the elders in your community, you know, in your area, and in your family even, because not everybody has the history, because our history has been broken. A lot of the chapters are missing.
Yes.
But then it doesn't mean that we don't have a history, and we do know where we came from.
That's right.
Okay,
That's
so we hope people are inspired to be able to try to piece things together. Or Miss Mary down the road, what happened during your childhood, or what happened in history
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stands out for you, and how did you overcome it?
Mhm.
You know, and those things will help to strengthen us as a
It will.
world,
It will.
as a people, and then as a world.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
This is just like one part of it, and it's just gonna grow, and people are just gonna get like, wow, you know, and start really looking at their elders. And
Yes.
you know, it doesn't have, like you said, doesn't have to be family.
Right.
Like she just stops on the side of the road and says, "Can I talk to you?" I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
That is like so cool.
That's what happened because.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Well, I was
No,
gonna
because-
ask, what are some of the things that you asked them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Advice about raising family, challenges that they had in their own life, and how did they overcome it. Okay, and like one lady, I asked her, "What makes you smile?" And she says, "Justice."
Oh.
Okay, so just different kinds of questions. Marriage questions about keys to marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, especially after the 70 years of marriage.
Oh my
I can't even imagine the,
I
you know,
know.
just the
It's just
topics,
like a
the
lifetime.
game you would get from
Yeah.
that.
I know.
You
Well, you remember
know.
she's 95, so
Yeah.
that means she was married when she was 20, and 70 years. It adds up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just don't think about it like that. You
Like
just-
70
yeah.
years worth of marriage. Again, been there, done that. Child, I didn't even talk to him for 5 years. You know, it puts things into perspective. Oh,
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's not that bad.
After all. Yeah.
Wow. So, what does your family think about this whole journey that you're on?
Oh, they are my family, the best. You know, they have been with me every step of the way. Whenever I was, you know, in the wilderness, they say, "Hey, Ma, come over this way," you know. And they continue to support me and my ideas and my dreams, and I just can't say enough. Like I said, that's the first greatest experience of my life. My children and my grandchildren, and
Yes.
you know, and their husbands and wives, and so that has been a reason for me to try to preserve my own legacy, so that when my grandchildren say, "Well, what was Nana doing during that time?"
Yeah,
You know,
that's
what was she doing? Yeah, because when I grew up, I had people in my family who were very active, you know, during the civil rights movement, and in Mississippi, that really meant something. Okay, so I grew up in Natchez, Mississippi, and it's not the easiest place to grow up. But the sense of community made us feel like we could do anything.
That's so cool.
Yes.
Have you documented any of your things, like anything like from your past or anything? Have you documented anything?
Well,
yet?
actually, in this book, I have like a tribute to the people who helped raise me.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
I have.
That's very
and
beautiful.
Yes, and now I'm actually working on my own story.
Well, that's so
wonderful.
cool.
Yes.
Now, you're not quite old enough for the book.
No, you're not quite old
And
enough.
No.
I heard you mention that, and she's been, like you said, they're ranging from all over the place. So even there were celebrities that you were speaking with, some that didn't even make the book because they weren't old enough. What's
Yes.
the age range?
Yeah, what is your
for the
age
book?
cutoff?
What's the
Oh, yeah.
cutoff?
Yeah.
I guess the cutoff is what's the earliest? What's the minimum?
Yeah.
The age minimum.
Okay, going forward or in this book? In this
both.
book is 80.
Okay.
It was 80 and above.
Okay.
Okay.
Going forward.
Going forward. I mean, there was some jewels at 77 years old.
And maybe you
So I
just
have to
let
do,
up.
I'm saying like going forward in my project, I have decided that I would probably start at 77, something like that, 78, because some things you just cannot overlook.
Okay.
Yeah, some things you. So that'll be like a little sneak.
Yeah,
The
little
babies,
sneak preview
the
of what's
babies,
coming up.
the babies.
Yeah. Wow.
Isn't it wonderful?
I just think it just blows my mind that you could just I could feel their energy. You know,
Yeah.
it's so cool. Just looking at it and reading a little bit what you were reading, it's like, wow, I want to know more about them. You know.
Oh,
and,
good.
you know, it's just.
I love the stuff. I'm sorry, I'm gonna pick this up, y'all. Because even like we spoke on a couple, but the one with the cowboy hat.
Oh.
Yes.
He just stood out to me in here.
He was such.
We have some of those photos here. This is of Miss Tommy,
Yeah.
but she has, just in-depth stories. I can't even get to him.
Who are you
He was
trying to do?
108 years old.
I'll show you.
Yeah, the photo.
Yeah, Mr. Nehemiah Pitt
folks.
from Michigan.
Oh.
Mr. Pitts.
How many Michigan people do you have?
Oh, I think I have probably about 5. About 5.
Are they all from the area, or are they from all over?
Mostly Detroit.
That is so
Mostly
amazing.
Detroit.
Wonderful.
Look at her.
Now, if you all have questions or comments, for those that are on the Facebook Live, feel free to go ahead and comment on WJZZ Cool TV. If you'd like to call in, give us a call at 313-355-6018. I said
We'd
1555.
love anybody to call in. Please, please. It would be a really great.
This is just,
It's so
beautiful.
cool.
I can't even
It's-
put it. But even like their expressions, you can't see it up here. You guys can here. It's just, I just love this book. I love this book. I love it. I love it. I love it. I know that you all will love it too.
You can look at it again and again and
And look,
again.
okay, and I said the expressions because, like, for instance, you see this one, he almost looking like, what?
Yeah,
You
we
know,
all
It's
do
like
it over
serious.
here.
and
Yeah.
then this one is like you catch their, their
Their happy
goofy
face.
sides,
Yeah.
their happy sides, and I
Yes.
love that about that.
Okay.
Just thank you for this.
This is just, it's beautiful. It's,
We're going to take a quick moment.
Yes.
A little early, but I wanted to remind you all that you're watching Get Down and Dirty Talking Art on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. And we have a caller.
Oh,
Hello,
our
caller.
first caller.
It was a prank phone.
Hello.
Hello. You're live on Get Down and Dirty Talking Art. Who are we speaking with today?
Hi, my name is Sophia.
Hi, Sophia.
How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Awesome. I wanted to ask what the favorite part in the book was for the author. What her favorite part was.
She wants to know your favorite part.
Of the book. Yes.
Oh my goodness. My favorite part, I have to say, probably the observatory comment when I was able to sit down and not the finished product, but just have that one-on-one experience with each elder and to really be able to document what I felt when I was in their presence. And I mean, it's hard to say a favorite part because they make you laugh, they make you cry, okay, they make you feel proud. So there were different aspects of it that it's just hard to say. That's just like when people ask me, who is your favorite? I mean, they are all my favorite.
They're going to all be your favorite.
I mean,
right.
it's no way I could, but that part, because I felt their spirit through the observatory comments. I felt that when I walked into this person's life, this is what they transferred to me. Just the energy, their presence, and just their aura. Yeah. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any more questions for our guest?
Not me. I'm really enjoying
Okay,
this
well,
live
thank you so
stream.
much
Thank
for
you guys so
calling.
much.
We appreciate it.
Thank
very,
you.
very much.
And I wanted to just, again, touch on the observatory comments because that's what got me.
That's what got
It has you crying.
Yeah.
It's a tearjerker. Be prepared. It doesn't seem like something that'll make you cry.
But
I'm
it
telling
is.
you right now, you will cry. When I get home, I'm going to be bawling.
Uh-oh.
But for instance, this is one I just picked randomly. So she has the layout. She has, you know, everything, the biography about the each person she's interviewed, and then the observatory comments are what she's noticed. So this one, for instance, says, "No one in the whole world is like my Aunt Willie Mae Jefferson, who is 82 years old. She is funny, sassy, bright, pretty, authentic, kind of loving, as well as the best cook ever. The scent of her New Orleans gumbo sends chills down your spine. She's a courageous businesswoman. My Aunt Willie Mae's favorite saying is, 'Darling, you can't start in the middle of the alphabet. You have to start at the beginning.'" And I won't go on to it, you know, but
Right.
it looks like something she would say. You know, it makes you bounce back and forth between what she's talking about, and it really connects you with these people.
Yeah.
And she goes on, some of them talk about, you know, their smells, what their porches look like, their mannerisms, you know, it just really puts you
There.
right there.
Mhm.
It's just, oh, I love this book. I just love it. You gotta get it. You gotta get it.
Thank you,
Thank
both of
you.
you young
Oh
ladies.
God, it's just.
I'm just so thankful. I'm thankful that it is being received as it is. It is, you know, it's been a journey, and it has given me strength. You know, it has helped me to have a better understanding of life. You know, I have gained so much
Oh,
from
I'm
it,
sure
and I
you
feel
have.
that others have. I have received, you know, different feedback, you know, from the book, from different people who've read it, people who have taken it in and curled up in their bed, and it helps them come back out of their room, and just people who really love the photography in the book and how it resonates, you know, to their just within them, you
Yes,
know,
yeah.
just within them, and it
She's
connects
captured
them.
the moment on, like, this gentleman on the cover. You could just see, it's just such an amazing. I love the photograph. It's just so very, very cool.
You know, and it's connecting the elders. It's like the council of elders. It's
Yes.
connecting them where everyone has been so isolated,
Yes.
okay, and
Yes.
so disconnected. Not only elders, but
Everybody.
all of us,
All of
okay.
us, yes.
And what this does, it gives them an opportunity to see their peers, okay, and gain strength from them.
Yeah.
Like there's this one elder in the book, and she's 106 years old, and there's a 95-year-old in the book who saw her in the book, and they were friends, really good friends, but they hadn't heard from each other in years.
Oh my God, that is so. So you
So
connected
they
two
saw
people.
each other
Oh, here she
in the
goes.
book.
Oh my God.
in the book.
As you said it with
Yes.
that
Oh,
feel.
that's so.
So you see what I'm saying? The importance of bringing them to life,
Yes.
you know, because they are still alive. They're still with us, and
That
we
is
have to
so
let people know
cool.
how we feel about them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. That is just. Oh my gosh. You must have cried and laughed all together. You know,
Had
you know,
to.
just.
Oh yes, it has been very emotional. Like
So
I
did
said.
you record the interview so you could, or did you just, you know, like when you were interviewing, did you have to record them so you can? Get
Oh, I recorded on video
Oh, you
while
did.
I was doing the interview
Oh my
and
God.
the photography. I have at least 2.5 hours on each. I have about 52 interviews all together that I've done so far up until this point.
You could do a
And I have-
documentary.
Yes, I have a lot.
A docuseries.
Yes.
Oh my God.
A lot of people are asking for their voice to see them, so I'm really working on those
That
things.
is. Oh wow.
Yes. Mhm.
Please let us know. We'll be there for the grand. For the
Oh, okay.
grand, whatever that's called,
Yes.
the preview or something.
Yes.
That is so cool.
So
Mhm.
wonderful.
So just.
I just want to thank you guys again for, you know, just supporting and really acknowledging the importance and the value, you know, that you have for the elders. Okay.
Oh, it's just.
Absolutely.
It just kind of makes me think of my family and everybody. It's like, wow, because so many of them are gone and stuff like that.
yes.
It's like, you know,
Yes.
and just the history and stuff. Like my brother wrote a book about my dad. It was a POW, and it was so powerful.
Wow.
You know, we did things we didn't know.
Yes.
You know, and documenting it and stuff. Here we go. I'm gonna start crying next.
Aw.
This is so cool.
Oh, look, she's
It's-
so sorry.
It's I told y'all. It's I told you.
I just want to thank the elders, in this book. Always, whenever I'm in any type of situation, I want to give a thank you to each and every one of them.
Is any
for
of
their
the elders
time.
maybe going to come to the book signing? Do you know?
Well, I hope so. I
That would be
I have
very
invited them. I know at
It's,
the one in DC they came, and a couple of them said they would really try to come.
yeah, I was wondering anybody in the area that would be so
Yes.
cool if they
Yes.
came. Even just even
Yes.
to meet them.
Well, I had my book launch in November
Mhm.
of last year at the Charles Wright, and about 4 of the elders came.
Oh my
It
God,
was
I'd have been
amazing.
So honored.
It was amazing. Yes. So I'm hoping.
So to
Wow.
just thank you.
Oh,
Just as, like you said, for them to be able to be graceful enough to, gracious enough to open up and
Yes.
share their stories.
Yes.
For all of us. Just
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you,
Wherever you
yes.
are, thank you.
Right. Because we need it.
We do.
We do need
We
this.
need it.
We do need
We
this.
do.
We
We need
do, so that our generations coming can understand and
Yes.
just can keep carrying the generations on, so they can look, because this is history.
Yes, it
This
is.
is history. It's like
Yes.
what's going on right now. This is history, and this
Right.
is history that's been captured.
Yes.
So oh my God, we're just so honored to have you. I can't wait till Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just
Wait.
period. I'm so excited for because Ruki's an author. This isn't her first book.
Well, no,
but
it
also-
is. This is my
your
first
first
book.
book.
It's my
I didn't
first
know
book.
that. I know we talked about.
I'm working on
I
it.
won't tell about everything. But
Yeah.
I know you're working on another project. I know you're working on something I know you're working on a bunch.
Well, yeah. I
I'm
mean,
just
I know
excited
that
for it to come.
this is a generation found precious pearls of wisdom, and yeah, I'm working on continuing the journey within this.
I like
Yes.
that. I
Mhm.
like that.
And I love the
like
direction
that.
where it's taking even
Yeah.
the legs that come with this. It's like
Yes,
yes.
yes.
You guys be on the lookout. Yes.
Don't forget, before we leave, Hannon Center on Woodward, Friday night. Well, the grandfather exhibition from
Yes.
and Ruby's going to be here from 6 to 8,
6 to 7.
6 to 7 for
Yes.
the book signing.
But just
But
come
come.
because it's going to be a treat. Period. It's from
Yes.
5 to 8. Nobody comes at 5. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Richard, but nobody comes.
Yeah.
You got to get dressed, you got to get off work, you got to get fabulous.
Yeah,
so right on time. It's going to
Right.
be right in time for Ruby Marshall.
This is a perfect opportunity to meet the
Oh.
wonderful art, the
Yeah.
author, and you never know, an elder or two might be there, and
And just get a chance to experience it firsthand.
right. And the
Yes.
Hannon Center is also a place for seniors.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so that's like what a appropriate, to be
Yes.
there. Yeah, it's
Yes,
just, I was
I've
thinking
met
about that.
some incredible people there since I've started going to the Hannon Center. They have been just so supportive, and very, very genuine. I'm very concerned about the seniors and about the world. I met Miss Dorothy there, Miss Dorothy Jett.
Yes, yes,
Yes, another
yes,
author, very
Yes.
good friend of mine.
Yes.
And
Jed Carter.
yes.
Yes. amazing author. We will be having her on too.
Yes.
Yes.
Now,
So.
do you have any, before we wrap, any positive advice or positive notes you would like to, any pearls of wisdom to leave?
Honey,
to
no.
our
Oh my
viewers?
God.
Well, my pearls of wisdom are what their pearls of wisdom are.
You can share those.
Well, I don't know. Pearls of wisdom that I would have,
Yes.
okay, would be to really value the time that you have. It's very precious and
It
it's
is.
not guaranteed.
No.
And to whatever you do, try to document, your family or in history. Be a part of that. Try to be a part of that, preserving the great legacy that we have. It is your birthright,
Yes.
and it is the thing that helps you determine, whether we survive. I would not have survived without it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was so beautiful.
Thank
Oh
you.
God, thank you everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Ruhi Marshall.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
forget
joining us.
Friday, Hannon Center.
Yes.
We will have it
Friday.
on our page, and please please try to show up and meet this amazing author. Is just, and you can also see the grandfather exhibition.
Yes.
Of
Yeah,
course, which
of
is
course. Which is all fitting.
awesome.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you all for tuning in to Get Down and Dirty Talking Art. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh.